Good blessed Wednesday, November the 6th, 2024. The time being 7:31 a.m. I greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. Doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you're the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me or anything that I say or do. That's your prerogative. You have a First Amendment to the United States Constitution. Freedom of press, freedom of speech, freedom to protest, freedom to associate, and freedom to gather. As long as you do it in a peaceful manner, or what's considered a peaceful manner. And then those that's on probation or parole, you want to check with your local probation or parole officer and see whether it's legal or no violation of your probation or parole to gather together or associate with other felons. We see what some felons can do when it comes to running for the highest office in the country. But anyway, those that may be felons and not on probation or parole, check with your local law enforcement officials and see if it's okay for you or legal for you to associate or protest together. I come today because I see a lot of people is surprised about this 2024 presidential election results. Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. It's no surprise to me, and I only see it as being a wake-up call by my commander-in-chief for life, God, to give those that may still be asleep, that's not woke, give them something to think about. You see, no matter who's in the White House, my commander-in-chief still is the president of all presidents, the king of all kings, the ruler of all rulers. He's the only one can tell the day to turn into night. Trump can't do it, nor Kamala Harris. But what I'm showing this flag for, and above, I'm showing my dad, a honorably discharged World War II veteran, born and raised in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. Went to the only school that when white people that was in control, if the shoe fit, wear it, the only school that blacks was allowed to go to down here, the Lincoln School, is also known today as the Civic Center, the C.F. Bowen Civic Center. No surprisingly, just like a criminal, a convicted felon just won the presidency, a convicted felon, but he's black, Lester Gillespie, is running our Civic Center. Running it just like Donald Trump would run it. Run it just like any other racist or slave master would run it. But what I want to show y'all is this flag. This flag is not a flag for every individual here in the United States. You see, the military gave this flag to my dad when he passed, saying that they honoring his service in World War II. I doubt it very seriously. It's just a customary event that they do for military personnel. You see, my dad was out of the military for 70 years until I brought him down here in 2014, that he didn't even know that he had benefits coming from the military. You would think the military would tell him that, but they didn't. But you see, this is what I want to show y'all is Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, they got 8 years in the presidency. They come up, and the first thing Obama doing is down or degrading some black men. You see, and then he goes back to where he's living at. Take a look and Google up what's the percentage of blacks live in Martha Vineyard, where in Massachusetts, where Barack Obama and Michelle Obama retired to. Take a look how many times they have came to Chicago with all this violence, murders. It's every day. Majority of the murders are blacks. And then most of them is black on black. But my thing is, no matter what people say, if we living in a God-fearing country and in God we trust, and when a person is convicted of a felon in this country and you can't get certain housing, you can't get certain jobs, you can't become a law enforcement official, then how in the heck can you become the president when you got a sentencing being delayed until the election is over with? Now that the election is over with, what is they gonna let him do? Pardon himself? What are they gonna do about the other charges? You see, if this flag was meant for everybody in the United States, and all these people said, "In God we trust," there's no way I ain't gonna say humanly possible. There's no way that God-fearing individuals will have a race such as the president race close. Not even the race for the Missouri Senate. But it don't surprise me. It's two factors here. You see, when I was working for a multi-billion-dollar potato farm, an individual from Mississippi was the general manager, and he brought other high-ranking individuals from Mississippi. And when Obama was running for the Democratic ticket against Hillary Clinton, these individuals from Mississippi said there's no way that they would go under the leadership of a black person. Then they said if Hillary Clinton lose to Obama for the Democratic ticket, they wasn't going to vote Democrat, they was going Republican. They showed that in the 1980s when Harold Washington ran independent. When some of the racist white aldermen in Chicago, Illinois, Cook County, turned Republicans. Both of them, Badoliak and Ed Burt, both of them been convicted of felons. But I'm going to leave y'all with this here. I listen to a lot of these individuals that work, or these black individuals that work on these farms down here in Charleston, Missouri. They had made it clear who they voting for, but I ain't looking down on them because that's their belief. You see what I'm saying? They said that they rather vote for Trump than to vote for Harris, solely because they said Trump gonna make America great again. You see, this is a repeat from 1492 when Christopher Columbus came over here, when everything was peaceful here in the United States. It wasn't the United States then, but it was peaceful over here until them 3 ships came from Europe in 1492, led by Christopher Columbus and a bunch of other rapists, robbers, and thieves. Now, if the shoe fit wide, it wasn't a bunch of black people coming from over there. It wasn't a bunch of Puerto Ricans or Mexicans coming from over there, the ones that Trump wanted out of the country. It was a bunch of Europeans that came over, seen how peaceful it was, seen how when these individuals over here, how they celebrated after they harvest, they smoked them a little weed. Christopher Columbus them paid attention how they get so high off their weed and get off course a little bit. They drank their alcohol and they got off course. Then that's when they moved in. Murdered and raped. Held captives some of the people that they didn't murder and rape. Took some of their belongings, got back in their ship and went over to Spain. And the Queen and King of Spain honored these thieves. Just like all these people that voted for Donald Trump, they honored what he did. You see what I'm saying? They honored what he did. Here in Charleston, Missouri, they honor people like Lester Gillespie, another felon. See, Lester Gillespie had people voting for Donald Trump in the individual that Mike Keyholder just won the Republican, elected as a Republican governor here in the state of Missouri. He had people vote for Josh Hartley because he can't vote, another Republican. I ain't saying it because they Republican, but if you look what they did. Now see, these same people believe in executing people, even those black people, even though you show that the DNA show there's no way that this person committed this crime. But I'm gonna tell y'all that is giving up. Don't give up. Don't think this flag is for everybody. I know it ain't for me. My daddy knew it wasn't for him because when he was drafted from the to the army in the 1940s, and he seen how it was racism, it was separation here in Charleston, Missouri. And when he got to the military, he told me, and I videoed it while he was still alive, made it a YouTube. He said that they separated the blacks from the whites. My uncle, his brother, may he rest, both of them rest in peace. They buried in Bloomfield, Missouri right now in the military cemetery. My dad's brother, may he rest in peace. He was drafted in the Korean War. He said the same thing. My cousin who died in the Vietnam War was able to come home on one leave, and he was saying how racist is it in there. He was killed in Germany. When he was stationed in Germany in 1970, my cousin from Sykes, Missouri, Larry Wallace, he was murdered in Germany. They told my mother and them that he was killed in action, but he wasn't killed in action. Somebody that was in the military with him that grew up in Cabrini Green with me said that they told the blacks at nighttime when they was stationed in Germany, don't go out at night. But my cousin went out at night and they found him in the streets dead. He didn't get drowned or got killed by the enemy. The enemy was within, just like it is now. But you see, one thing about the God and my commander-in-chief for life, he gave Harriet Tubman, he gave Frederick Douglass and a whole bunch of other ones the wisdom and knowledge and courage and understanding to get that Underground Railroad started. You see, everybody that's black ain't on your team. I wish y'all can see some of the blacks down here in Charleston, Missouri to shoe fit wide. If we had public transportation, blacks would be sitting on the back of the bus. I'm telling you what I know. But I'm going to leave y'all with this here. All you got to do is keep your faith in God. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things is not seen. You see, I'm not giving up. I know this flag don't mean nothing here. Anytime they going to take my daddy at the age of 18 and draft him to fight against somebody like Adolf Hitler, but when he get in the military, the United States soldiers is treating him just like Adolf Hitler was treating the Jews. I know some of y'all ain't going to like this here. I ain't going to burn the flag because it's my daddy's. You see what I'm saying? And I give respect to those who fold the flag up for them. They might care. But I tell you one thing, the military don't care, because if they did, it wouldn't have took 70 years and me and my two youngest daughters to do research, and some of my homies that was in the military to do research to let it be known that my daddy should have been getting benefits and should have got his medals over 70 years ago. I got his medals and I got his military benefits started. Y'all wake up. Y'all wake up. Y'all wake up. It's just started. If you don't be careful, some of y'all will be back in them fields and they gonna put them combines and all them other tractors away for those Negroes that voted for Donald Trump, to each his own, and they gonna have them out there picking cotton. You see, what they would have to do to me, they would have to kill me. Because I would never be nobody's slave here on earth. Period. I done been in their jails. They done took my jobs. The only thing they ain't took is my life. And I'm willing to lay my life down because I know in the end, I believe that there's a heaven and a hell. And some of you Negroes and you white supremacists, y'all think you going to heaven. But I hope you don't dislike the heat, because you're going to be burning up. Rest in peace, Dad. Thank you for the knowledge you gave me. And all of y'all that's out there, they got a problem with what the things that I publish, don't look at them. Go tell your master, this one Negro that they can't break. Peace be still. Before I end this, let's not forget Christopher Columbus paved the way for these thieves, robbers, and rapists back in 1492. He paved the way for those in 1619 that came over here and brought slaves from Africa on the Mayflower. Don't forget what they did. Don't forget how they used the black men to use them as studs, like dog breeders do dogs. Let's not forget they brought boxing into play by having the blacks beat each other with their bare fists. Don't forget those that y'all call the forefathers. Don't forget they had slaves. You see what I'm saying? Don't think that, I believe it, what was it, January the 1st, 1863, the Emancipation Proclamation. Don't believe it said it declared all human beings to be free. Declared. Hell, in 1939, when Jesse Owens and Ralph Metcalf was running in the Olympics in Germany, Hitler said those couldn't be human beings. They had to be part horse because they were so fast. But you look at your Constitution real good. You see, they justifying it now, saying that a convicted felon can run for president, even if he in jail. But I'm going to leave. But I'm hoping and praying that this new generation would wake up before it's too late. Peace out. It's my type of work, y'all. Saving lives.